Hello students, how are you all? How are you doing? Welcome to Keshav Reddy Digital Classes. Stay home, stay safe, and don't forget learning. Welcome to Class 6th English. Let us start with the third unit, e-reading. Before I start the lesson, just look at this picture. What could you understand by seeing this picture? What is this in this picture? It is a medical shop, right? It is a medical store where a chemist who is a shopkeeper of that medical store and a doctor also there near the medical shop and a small girl. What she's doing over here? She's just spreading the money, right? On the counter of the medical shop. So she might have come to buy a medicines, right? Generally, who will go to the medical shop? Who are sick and who wanted to buy medicines? Those people. And in general, elders will visit the medical shop, right or wrong? Yes, of course, the elders will go. But here, you have seen in the last slide, what you have seen, a small girl has come to buy the medicines. For whom she might be, like she wanted to buy the medicines. For whom sake she has come over there. Isn't she looking very happy? Or she's not? See, a small girl, she has come to buy a medicines. It is like sounds different, right? Why she might have come? Who might be the ill? That we are going to discuss in the lesson. What can a $1.11 do? We are going to discuss about that small girl and why she has visited the medical shop and what she wanted to buy, who was ill. These all things we are going to learn in the lesson. What can $1.11 do? What is a dollar? Dollar? It is a currency. See, what do we call our currency? We call rupee, 10 rupee, 100 rupees, 1000 rupees, 1 rupees, 2 rupee, 3 rupees. We just measure. It is a measurement of currency. Our currency's measurement is rupee. In the same way, dollar, it is a measurement of currency in USA or in the other countries also, like Singapore. There are few countries which follow dollar as their measurement for the currency. So, dollar, it is a small amount, right? For us, 1 rupee, 2 rupees, it is a smaller amount. The same way, in USA currency, the dollar, it is a small amount, but it did a lot of things. See, for us, if parents, for you people, if elders give you 1 rupee or 2 rupees, will you value it? No, you people doesn't value because you don't get even a 5-star or a dairy milk for 1 rupee or 2 rupees, right? If it is a 10 rupees, that is a value for a smaller adjustment, right? Yes, but here this small amount, $1.11, did a lot of things in this lesson. And this $1.11, no, these are the saving money of that small girl whom I've shown you in the last slide. And the name of that girl is Tess, who is very innocent, whose intention and motives were very trustful. Okay, so about that girl and who was ill in her house, everything we are going to discuss in the lesson. What can $1.11 do? And in this lesson, what are the characters that are going to be? We are going to have parents, mother and father of Tess, and the brother of Tess. Name is Andrew, and a shopkeeper who runs the medical shop, that is chemist. And we are going to have one more person who is very important in this lesson. Okay, a neat, well dressed man whom Tess meet near the medical shop, who will help to the Tess. Okay, so let us enter into the lesson. Let us start the lesson. A 9-year-old child, Tess, heard her parents talking about her little brother, Andrew. All she knew was that Andrew was very sick and her parents did not have enough money for the treatment. So, a 8 years old girl, Tess, a small girl, 8 years, who is 8 years old, her name is Tess, and she heard when her parents were talking about her little brother Andrew. What is the name of little brother? Andrew. Andrew is a little brother of Tess, and that Andrew, he was very sick. Okay, he's on the bed, and his health is not at all good. So they were talking. Tess' parents were talking about Andrew's health. So when they were talking, the small girl, she heard it. Okay, she heard it behind the door. Okay, and what the parents were talking about the Andrew, he is very sick, and his parents, they do not have enough money for the treatment. Means they don't have much money for which, like for the treatment, the money which is required, no, that much money they do not have. Regarding that, the parents were talking, and the little girl Tess has heard about it. They were moving into a smaller house because they could not afford to stay in the present house after paying the doctor's bills. So, see, for the treatment, they do not have much money, but they need to go for a medication, right? As they are going for a medication for Andrew, so their doctor bills, they were very much. So for that reason, they are moving to the smaller house from the present house. Why they are moving? What might be the reason, ma? As a smaller house need to be paid less amount when compared to a bigger house, right? So for that reason, as they were not having much money and they wanted to spend money on the doctor's bill also. So for that reason, they are moving into the smaller house. So what happened to Andrew, the brother of Tess? He needed a costly surgery now, and there was no one to loan them the money. So her parents lost their hope and gave up their efforts. So Andrew, he's not well, and he need a costly surgery. He has to be good with the health. He should sounds good with the health. Then he need to be undergo a costly surgery. A surgery means operation. An operation has to be done to Andrew, which costs a lot, means which needs a lot of money, so that Andrew can get well soon. But there are no one for them who could loan the money. ఎవరైనా డబ్బులు ఇచ్చేవాళ్ళు లేరన్నమాట for Andrew to undergo the surgery. So her parents, obviously, what they could do, how much they could afford, they were doing it. They were trying to do the best to the Andrew, but still, but still, lost their and gave up their effort. Only a miracle saved him now. She went to her room and pulled a jar of coins from a cupboard. So when Tess heard that, when her mother, Tess' mother, she was crying. So to her mother, her father said, her daddy said to her mother that now what we could do, we did it. So her father is trying to console her tearful mother. See, for mother, child's child plays the first thing, right? Mother is the first person who affects a lot when child is ill, right? So she was into tears. So to her, her dad said that now what we could do, we did it. Only a miracle can save him now. Who heard this word? A miracle can save him now. Tess heard this word from her dad when he's saying to her mother. So what she did, as soon as she heard that only a miracle can save him now, what she did, she just went into her room and she pulled out a jar from the cupboard. And that jar was having what? That jar was having coins. What does it mean? That jar, it was her kitty bank, and that jar was having coins which she saved. the amount which she saved. She put all the money out on the floor and counted it carefully. Holding the jar tightly, she made her way to the medical store and placed it on the glass table. What she did, she poured all the money what the kitty bank was having, no, that money all she poured. Okay, she poured on the floor and counted it very carefully. She counted all the coins very carefully. Okay, and what she did, she just took out a jar, she holded it tightly, means she again refilled that amount into the jar. She put that amount into the jar again after counting very carefully, and she just holded that jar tightly, and she made her way to the medical shop. She has gone to the medical shop. She went to the medical shop taking that money and placed that jar which was having money, no, onto the glass table. The glass table, the counter which was there in the medical shop, no, on that glass table, she just placed that money jar. What do you want? Asked the chemist. So the chemist, when Tess went to the medical shop, the chemist over there, means the pharmacist who will be present over there, no? The shopkeeper who will give medicines, that person, he asked, what do you want? So she said, it is for my little brother. Tess answered. Tess said that it is for my little brother. Whatever she wants. He asked, no, what do you want? She's saying that whatever she wants, she's saying that it is for my little brother. What she wants for her little brother is really, really sick, and I want to buy a miracle. So my little brother, he's really sick, means he's very, very sick. And now for him, for my little brother, I want to buy a miracle. What she wanted to buy? She wanted to buy a miracle so that her little brother get cured, so that her little brother can be healthy. We don't sell miracles here, child. See, the way she asked, I want a miracle. See, obviously, anyone's heart, it can be squeezed out, right? So the chemist over there, he said that we don't sell miracles here, child. I'm sorry. Smiling sadly at that little girl. See, he could do anything. He could do nothing, right? That chemist, he has nothing to do. He cannot do anything. And he said that, I'm sorry, little girl, smiling very sadly. Because he was feeling very sad. The way the little girl has asked, he was feeling very sad. And he said that, I'm sorry, we don't sell miracles here. Then the little girl, she did not leave her hopes. She said, listen, I have the money to pay for it. If it isn't enough, I can try and get some more. Just tell me how much it costs. So, see that little girl. See, anyone in place of her at the age of 8, they could be feared. When somebody says that, no, we don't sell here, then obviously they'll move away, right? But the little girl, her intention was to save her brother. And she was like, she don't want to lose any hopes. So she said, listen, I have the money to pay for it. So as a small girl has come, anyone could might think that she might not be having money, so they are not giving anything. She thought like that, and she said that I have money to pay for it, means I can pay you. I have enough money, and if this money is not enough, if this money is not sufficient to buy a miracle, you tell me, I'll just try to get some more. I'll bring some more money, but you give me miracle. You tell me the cost of the miracle. See, she don't want to lose a hope. She want to buy a miracle. That's it. She want to save her small brother. In the shop, there was a well-dressed customer. Means, along with the girl, along with the Tess, there was one more person near the shop, near that medical shop. Okay, he was well-dressed, and he was hearing all this conversation which is happening between that girl and the shopkeeper. So after hearing all the conversation, what this well-dressed customer did, he just bent down and he asked that little girl, what kind of a miracle does your brother need? So he's asking, he just bent down to the Tess. As she's a small girl, he has to bend down, right? He's a young man. So he asked that little girl, what kind of a miracle does your brother need? She wanted to buy a miracle, no? Which type of a miracle your brother want? He's inquiring. That well-dressed customer is inquiring. This girl knows it. No, she don't know anything. What she heard from her father was a miracle. Could save the brother. Could save the Andrew. So she said, I don't know, she replied, with her eyes welling up. She said, I don't know. She don't know what kind of a miracle her brother needs. She said it with a very welling eyes, means the eyes which are filled with the sorrow. He's really sick, and Mama says he needs an operation, but my daddy cannot pay for it. So I have brought my savings. How much do you have? Asked the man. So what she did to that man who was well dressed, what she said, Tess, she said that I don't know what kind of a miracle my brother needs, but my mama, she says that my brother is very sick, means my brother is not well, and my brother needs an operation. What mama used to say, mama says that Andrew is sick and he needs an operation. So the same thing she conveyed it to that well dressed person, and she said that my dad, he cannot pay for the operation. As my dad was not able to pay, I have brought my savings and I want a miracle. Then the person who was well dressed and who was talking to Tesno, he asked, how much do you have? Means how much savings do you have? $1.11. But I can try and get some more, she answered, barely audible. So she said it loudly, audibly, like she's very proud of whatever she was having. And with that, she's going to buy a miracle for her brother. So she was very proud of it. So barely audible, so that she is audible to everyone, mean to the person who is standing over there, like that, with a higher voice she said, I have $1.11. Means she's trying to say that I have money, you give miracle. So that she wanted to convey. For that reason she said it audibly, barely audible, mean little more higher voice. And she said she was having $1.11, a costly operation, a costly surgery. She wanted to buy a miracle, $1 and with $1.11. How innocent the girl is, no? We can see the innocency of the girl and her attention to save the little brother. It should be praised, right? Wonderful, smiled the man. So that man who was asking Tess, no, he said, very wonderful, means it was awesome. Because $1.11, the exact price of a miracle for a little brother. So he said that by smiling with a happiness, because when he could smile, it can change the mood of a test, right? Say wonderful. $1.11 is the exact price for a miracle of little brother. For your little brother's miracle. For your little brother's miracle to save him, exactly the price is what? $1.11, he said by smiling. He took her money in one hand and held her hand with the other. What he did? He just took out the money from the Tess and he holded the hand of Tess in the other hand. And he said, take me to your home. I want to see your brother and meet your parents. Let us see if I have the kind of a miracle he needs. So what did the person who was sitting, like who was talking to Tess said? He said that you just take me to your home so that I can see your brother and I can meet your parents. The person who is standing over there near the medical shop, he wanted to meet the parents of Tess and he wanted to see Tess' brother. He said that you just take me to your home, I'll talk to your parents and I'll see your brother. Let us see if I have the kind of a miracle he needs. So why the person wanted to go to Tess' house? Because he wanted to see the miracle which the doctor was having, means which the person was having is the same kind which Andrew needs. The same miracle which Andrew needs. Why that person is asking like that? You just take me to your home. I'll talk to your parents. I'll see your brother. I'll check whether I have that kind of a miracle which your brother needs or not. Why all these things that man could be asking the test? Because that well dressed man was Dr. Carlton Armstrong, a famous neurosurgeon. He was a doctor, the person who was well dressed and standing over there, and he got impressed with the words of Tess and he wanted to help Tess. That is why he asked Tess to take him to the home as he was a neurosurgeon. What does it mean? If I have the kind of a miracle he needs, means it shows that as he is a neurosurgeon, if he could do anything to Andrew, he will do it. For that reason, he said these things. Dr. Carlton Armstrong, a famous neurosurgeon to whom Andrew was talking. So what Tess did? Tess took that doctor to home. He had Andrew admitted to hospital where he operated on him without any charges. So what that Dr. Armstrong did, that famous neurosurgeon, he went to home along with Tess. He checked the Andrew and he admitted Andrew in the hospital. And there he did the operation for Andrew without taking any money. He did not charge anything. He just operated Andrew. And see what had happened. A miracle has happened here. Within a few weeks, Andrew was back at home and doing well. So, Andrew, after few weeks of operation, Andrew he came back to home and he was very well. He was doing very well. That surgery. See, now the mother got surprised. She got shocked because surgery has been done and the Andrew was very well. He was doing well, right? So mother was whispering, "What? That surgery? It's a real miracle. I wonder how much it would have cost." So mother was saying it was really a miracle. How much it would have cost? See, that doctor he did not charge a single money, right? And he operated Andrew. So it was really a miracle, she said. Then Tess smiled because Tess know the cost of miracle, right? Because Tess paid for that miracle which has been happened. That is why Tess smiled. She knew exactly how much the miracle cost. What is the cost of miracle according to Tess? It is $1.11 plus the love of a little child. See, the little child, she has love towards the brother, right? Her love towards the brother that made her brother's life saved. Her love towards the brother made doctor to think about Andrew. See, by looking at her innocence and her affection only, the doctor he operated Andrew without any charges. So mother might not be knowing the charges of a miracle which has happened to Andrew, but the little girl who is very innocent, loving, and whose hopes are very strong, she don't want to quit. She don't want to give up, right? When the chemist he said that we don't have miracles, she asked it again because she don't want to give up. She wanted to save her brother at any cost. Okay? And at the end, she bought a miracle with a cost of $1.11. Students, how was the lesson? Isn't it good? Will you all behave like this? See, not in this matter, but never ever give up and always have a true thing. See, when your motto or intention is true, then everything comes to you. So never ever forget this. Don't lose your hopes. Have a trust. Okay? Have a trust on everything. And don't lose your hopes. Don't give up. Try and try till you get it. Okay? Bye bye. Stay home, stay safe, and don't forget learning.